I want to move over right now and get into talking about measuring performance.
Absolutely.
So how do you do that?
Measuring performance really is a team effort. And I'll share a story of a company that we helped out nearly 7 years ago. When we came in and worked with the organization, there was 2 employees. They were just launching. They didn't really have revenue at the time. And we got a call from this organization who implemented an accountability and performance management system from the top down. He shared a story. We went down, we visited his office, and he showed us in his boardroom. They've got several hundred employees. They've gone through a couple rounds of funding from Goldman Sachs and a handful of other private equity and venture capital firms. And he told us a story about his first round of funding. He said that one of the venture capital firms walked into his office, and he saw his performance management system taped up on the wall. And he said, "You don't really run your business this way." And this was in Arizona, and the sun was shining through the window, and the gentleman stood up and he walked over to the wall and he pulled the tape back on the piece of paper, and he wanted to see if the paint had faded on that wall, if he really day after day and quarter after quarter ran off of this system. And when he realized there was a bunch of pinholes in the wall and realized that the paint had faded from the sunlight, that this was a culture in their organization, he quietly walked over, closed the door, and he said, "We're going to fund your business." And that was a great success story of someone that really uses accountability within their organization and helped them go to the next level. Now, on the other hand, we worked with an organization not too long ago. I flew down, I sat down with the president, the CEO, the chairman of the board, the whole executive staff, and we got a few minutes into our initial discovery process, and the chairman of the board looked at me and he said, "I don't think we need your help." In 15 minutes, I knew their organization was a mess. And I said, would everybody around this table please take your piece of paper, flip it over, and tell me what your 5 strategies are for this organization. And on the top of that piece of paper, help me understand what winning is for your team over the next 3 years so that I know what all 700 of your employees in this office are doing. And they all kind of looked around the table at each other and kind of got sheepish, and they flipped over their pieces of paper. And not one of those individuals out of all 30 had the same thing written down for winning, nor the same strategies compiled on the piece of paper. And so you couldn't expect any one of those 700 employees to really understand what they're being held accountable for, nor expect any performance if they don't have a clear understanding at the top.